What's going on,
Chill
Army?
60 weird laws around the world, but we're not doing 60.
We're doing some.
Yeah, because we'll be here all night if we do this. So
we'll just be talking about other things.
And for you guys all morning. So because these episodes come out in the morning, 11 a.m. Fridays.
I like how you got that.
So
make sure you check it out.
Right. It's illegal to chew gum in Singapore. So sometimes we all this is on farandwide.com, by the way. Far and wide. Sounds like a
plantation.
Shut up.
I was gonna say a cologne scent, and then this man had to take it to the dang plantations. That is actually crazy.
Because that's all he remembered.
That is crazy. You in them flashbacks too, brother?
You heard what he said? He said because that's all you remember.
I heard that.
No, I
heard
that.
You
would do great in Dance Dance Revolution, getting your sense of motion from a.
Anyway, we're 1 minute in, and this is how we're starting. This is amazing. We're 1 minute in, and this is how we're starting this.
Yeah, 1 minute in, and I'm ultra pro-racist.
Okay, anyway, sometimes we all suffer when fools break the rules.
Yeah. I always hated that. When you like do one thing wrong and then everyone has to suffer the consequence of your decision,
right,
or like someone else's.
It's
when
like
in
literally
reality,
teachers.
It's like one student has their phone out and they act like I'm responsible for that student.
Exactly.
Even like if I do something for that student, be like, hey yo, you should put your phone away or something like that, right? Literally. And then they're like, since Brandon had his phone out, everyone gets their phone
taken away.
I told him to
put it in the tub now, and it's always in a tub.
I hated that.
Why can't it be a cubby? So after vandals used chewing gum to mess with the mass rapid transit system and the housing, and development board spent $150,000 a year to clean gum litter. Singapore banned all gum substances in 1992.
Whoa.
So anyone importing, selling, or making gum in Singapore can get fined and or jail time, with the exception of nicotine and dental gums offering therapeutic value. So don't get caught blowing bubbles in the streets.
That's kind of crazy. And it would just be so... You know one thing I hate? You know when you go to like the bathroom or like at a public bathroom, maybe just use a urinal or anything like that, and you see people who spit their gum in there, like there's a trash right there. You be seeing some of the weirdest stuff.
One thing I hate is when people spit on the ground.
I hate it. Just spit it.
And then it gets on your shoe?
Yes. Oh my god.
No, and I saw this one video where like a hummingbird literally got his whole wings screwed up because some idiot decided to just spit it on the ground, and then obviously the hummingbird landed and it like messed up his whole like feathers and stuff, and you know how fragile hummingbirds are.
Throw it in the trash.
Like, come on, man.
Golly, bro.
You know what? We're banning gum in 2024. I'm running for president.
I'd vote for you.
Yes.
I mean, what other person do we got?
Exactly.
At the moment.
We don't want another Negro for president?
What?
I'm cutting that out.
That is
I'm actually cutting
that
out.
was so rad.
I'm cutting that out. Okay.
Go ahead.
So the next one. Canadian radio stations must play Canadian artists.
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, but what other Canadian artists do you know besides, you know, like Justin Bieber,
Drake. There's a lot. I just can't.
If the business is true,
there's a lot of Canadians. I
know, but I'm talking about like. So does that mean they? Oh, you know what? Just read it.
The Canadians are a patriotic bunch. So so much so that all Canadian radio stations are required by law to play Canadian artists on the airwaves at least 35% of the time, especially during the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
I like how they have to make sure you listen to one of our people.
Do they have like a cop on the other side, just like? I didn't hear any Canadian artists at 7 a.m.
You want to know something? I feel like Drake made that rule. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like he specifically just made it. He did that.
This means that in an hour of radio during the work week, you'll hear more than 20 minutes of artists like Nickelback, Alanis Morissette, Celine Dion, Michael Bublé, and...
That sounds so nice. Michael Bublé.
I think I've heard that.
That is beautiful.
He makes like a lot of the Christmas. He does like a lot of Christmas song covers and
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
And like he did and he also did Love by Nat King Cole as well. Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's a nice name.
Yeah. And
We
Justin
finally get a nice name.
right. And Justin Bieber, all of whom are proud Canucks.
My thing is like, imagine people just stop listening to the radio, right? You just kind of shot yourself.
If you're not listening to Canadian radio, you will be prosecuted immediately.
At the fullest
and you will,
extent of the law.
and you will spend 60 years minimum in prison.
Minimum.
And they make you listen to like the Canadian
Can't
music
even use
in
Spotify or
prison.
nothing like that.
You can't use Spotify.
Nothing, just Canadian radio.
It's like you didn't listen to "I Don't Give a Fuck" by Drake. You didn't listen to it enough.
They just play it all in prison. Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
They just play Baby on repeat for those 60 years.
I like how you just said, I know what you mean. Like,
Even though the song even wasn't that bad in my opinion, but
it's not, but I wouldn't want to hear that.
I wouldn't want to hear that multiple. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. No.
Baby, oh.
You say you love me. You know. Deondre cover.
You know, hey, if y'all want to hear that, hey,
We can do it for like a special.
right.
You know you love me.
Valentine's Day special.
All right, next.
So the next law, and this one was the one that caught my eye. It's illegal to run out of gas on the German Autobahn.
Like I said, I find that
Wait.
funny because I understand it makes sense, but it's just funny to say just that phrase
Yeah.
itself.
Isn't the Autobahn like the thing where you can go like
Yes.
Any miles per
Yeah.
hour.
That makes sense.
That makes
Well,
sense.
not actually.
So notorious for having dynamic speed limits that give drivers a chance to travel more than 100 miles per hour, car enthusiasts and speed demons love trips along the German Autobahn. But if you run out of gas, you could face a big fine. And don't even think about walking to a gas station. You'll get another fine for that.
Then what do you expect me to do?
The way DeAndre said
Nah,
it, I
like
feel
why
he
you
created the
gonna
law.
walk on the side of the Autobahn unless you want to be like 20 points for some speed demon, bro?
That is
Okay,
true.
fair.
That is actually
I
true.
mean, but that means I gotta call a tow truck and everything.
So Germans believe you
Yeah,
have...
Like 80 miles per hour.
So Germans believe you have the power to keep your car properly gassed up. So if you run out of gas, it's your own fault. They're not wrong. Walking along the highway is unsafe, as is having your vehicle stalled on or on the side of the road. Keep your eyes on your gas gauge and fill her up when you get low.
But yeah, I think that makes sense because you know, if you're on the Autobahn, obviously you speeding, right? You're going fast, even if you're not going fast. And
Right.
I like that the people. This is why Americans can't have stuff here, bro, because people understand the law on the Autobahn. Move over if you see someone coming up faster behind you. They all move over because it's just law. Here we have people hogging up the dang left lane, going like 5
And it'd be them broken down cars too.
Right, and then if you have to pass someone from the right, you're doing
You know what I
wrong.
noticed?
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed, like, it's always like them cars that just, they're like the most down bad vehicles. Like
Yes,
they, like they're
yes, thank you.
They're like missing tires or something. But for some reason, they're able to just like trek along any terrain necessary. But newer cars, they're just breaking down every Tuesday.
Yes.
Because, you know, American cars, pretty much most of them are not built to last. If you ain't got anything under, if you got anything under General Motors, your car is trash. I don't care if you got a Cadillac, a Chevy, or freaking GMC. They don't last you. And you know they had a recall because window wipers were flying off the dang car? Think about that for a second. Such a simple function.
That's
the
crazy.
window wipers flew off the
That's
car and they
actually
had to
crazy.
recall a couple of those GM motors.
You know what I blame?
Whew.
Capitalism, which is why you must vote for me in 2024.
Honestly,
DeAndre
if
Donovan.
you running, I'll take it.
What system will you Recreate.
Oh, I'm getting rid of both Democrats and Republicans, baby.
Honestly,
So, would you like Enoch?
Whatever
Secretary.
whatever keeps this country going.
All flies under the big wings of Deondre.
That's why people should vote for him.
Exactly.
low key.
I am the definition of freedom.
What, you see those comments be like, when it's an American post, it'd be like, what life is a kilometer? It's so funny. That's just, I can't. Somebody was like, I can't hear you over the sound of my freedom. I was like, bro, oh my gosh.
Anyway.
All right, next.
The European
It's like, I
mind
can't-
cannot comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
In Switzerland, it is illegal to hike naked.
Why would you even?
That's normal.
Why that should be
That should
normal.
be normal.
That should be normal for everything.
Why would
After
you?
Swiss and German travelers decided to make naked hiking a thing in Switzerland a decade ago, Swiss officials reminded folks that a public indecency law still exists, and you can be
So
fined
what
if
person just
caught
decided
in the
to-
woods in the buff.
They
In
just- you must be free.
in 2011, a Swiss man was fined more than $100 for his bare-bottomed walk.
You know, the funny thing about that is, it's like, I thought about like the show Naked and Afraid and stuff like that. It's almost like maybe they saw that, they're like,
They saw one episode of that.
It's a show.
I mean, there is a fact that there are nudists who exist too.
yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know? You know, I don't even want to say.
And they'll
that
be
here.
like, I shouldn't be ashamed for showing my natural body to the world.
yes, you should.
Like, yes, you should. Nobody wants to see that.
I remember that they were.
There are children watching.
I remember
actually-
they were talking about that about, especially with kids, bro. And then the nudists were like, "Well,
Yeah,
if all the kids or," I'm like,
Yeah, you weird, bro.
"You were weird."
So it's illegal to feed pigeons in Venice, Italy. What the
Imagine.
pigeons do? They got war with the pigeons.
I feel like someone gave them laxatives,
Yeah, probably.
and they just went around.
So let's see. So with thousands of pigeons descending upon St. Mark's Square and Venice, led by the tourists readily handing out food in exchange for Instagram-worthy photos, Venice lawmakers officially made it illegal to feed the pesky fowl in 2008. It is said the cleanup from the birds cost each citizen 275 euros per year. So now the tables are turned. If you're caught feeding the pigeons, you could face fines of up to 700 euros. So you better get the picture perfect shot of Venice's beautiful bridges instead. Don't wear your Winnie the Pooh t-shirt in Poland.
Huh?
Bro, what did Winnie the Pooh do?
What did he do in Poland? What did he
took the
do?
walk.
He took the walk to Poland. That's
No,
that's exactly
let's
what
ask
happened.
what he did during 1945.
Oh my gosh. The cuddly little bear, all stuffed with fluff. Who wrote this? Who freaking wrote this? Who the freak wrote this? Let me find you. Lisa Poirot and Brittany Alexandra Sulk.
Of course.
I put so much emphasis in that. Sulk.
Whoa.
Anyway, so the cuddly little bear all stuffed with fluff also it's a gasp.
Yeah,
I had to gasp.
yeah.
I had to get into character. Does not wear pants because of
Oh.
because of this. Poland issued a ban on Winnie the Pooh around playgrounds and schools,
Bro.
finding the A.A. Milne character a bit too risque for the likes of impressionable children. What?
At that point, ban Elmo.
That's what I'm saying. That man is
everyone
full
else.
nude.
Ban
Ban
everyone.
Mordecai and Rigby.
Exactly.
They were canonically walking around naked.
ban Sonic the Hedgehog.
Literally.
Sonic ain't got no clothes. It's so funny how he has gloves and shoes, but no clothes.
Right. Let's see. Men must wear Speedos on French beaches.
Heck no.
Heck no.
That's too
You know what? This
zesty,
is a.
bro.
I knew I hated y'all for a reason.
What?
There's some, you know, it's just like the one guy on the freestyle, even though they edited it when he was like, and he was like singing, and then they panned out the camera and he just had his Speedo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
French people are
Did you think the French just really like their Speedos?
Yes.
Actually, it's French law that men do not wear loose-fitting swim trunks on beaches, swimming pools, or other public places where a swimsuit is required attire. The law wasn't for safety, but rather that men wouldn't dare walk around town in a Speedo. So if he wears a Speedo in the water, it surely would be cleaner than something he may have been wearing all day long. That makes zero sense. This need to avoid clothing that could have been worn throughout the day also extends to t-shirts. You'll need to lose those as fast as your surfer shorts. France, your laws are stupid, all right? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Parchois. I don't know who that is. I just made that name
random.
I just made that up.
Some random dude on the other end of the screen just he called me out. And he's not cussing about a friend.
That's a name.
Parchois.
You uncultured, non-knowing French, non-French knowing man.
Yeah.
What?
Hold up.
It is illegal to wear a suit of armor in British Parliament.
Why?
You know what? We might need a part 2 on this.
We know,
Need a
right?
part
Fun.
2.
We know. You've been dying to don your suit of armor for a visit to Parliament during your trip to London, your next trip to London. Still,
They take so much offense to that.
there is this ancient law dating back to 1313 that prohibits
Bro.
it. The Brits could revoke the law, but as armor really isn't as fashionable as it was in the Middle Ages, no shit, why should they bother? So they were just like, I mean, no one wears a suit of armor. We'll just keep this law thing.
I mean,
But that makes no sense.
But it makes no sense, exactly.
Because no one wears a suit of armor, so there's
There's no point in having the law.
Bro,
This one killed me when I read that.
It's illegal to ride a cow drunk in Scotland.
I mean,
Why?
why ride a cow
I wanna know the
in
story.
the first place?
I need to know the story.
So they found somebody that was drunk and rode a cow and he killed like 30 people.
That's all I was gonna say. It's like a whole massacre.
no.
Like he was riding.
And they made a law just for that specific
Like he had like a whole axe and he was just like riding the bull or whatever.
Just
through
going
the-
around.
What's a
Ah.
Scottish name?
What is a Scottish name?
Scotter.
Scotter the drunkard rides a cow for 30 miles. 60,000 die.
Die.
60,000?
60,000.
How does 60,000 people die and no one stopped this one man
On a cow.
on a cow?
Oh, cow.
Drunk.
I would.
Axe.
With an axe?
He didn't even have an axe. He just had his cow.
And he didn't even use.
What cow?
Yeah, they
wa-
kill more
you know,
people
it was
than
that. It was that one cow from One Piece when they got to the Sabaody arc.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the one. That
So
was it.
before you get any crazy ideas and have too much Scottish whiskey, you should know you could get a ticket for drunk cow riding. A ticket is crazy. Technically, the full 1872 law mandates people not be drunk when in charge of a cow, horse, carriage, or steam engine. In case you're wondering, the same law states you cannot have a loaded firearm on you while drunk. I mean, that's just common sense.
That's common
That
sense.
makes sense.
It is illegal to fly a kite in Victoria, Australia.
What'd they do to the kites?
Oh,
The
Do
Austrian.
you know how long it's been since I've flown a kite, bro?
Back in 1972,
Oh no.
my dingo was taken away from me by a kite.
Let's go see the kangaroos.
It was an inside job by the kangaroos,
Damn kangaroos.
and that's how Steve Irwin was born.
What?
Stay tuned to find out more.
Find out next time on Irwin Adventures. Rest in peace, Steve Irwin. Real talk.
Yeah, honestly.
That man got me into animals in the first place. But in Australia's southeastern tip of Victoria, home of Melbourne, it is illegal to fly a kite in a public space if it bothers another person. Really?
You gonna be that petty?
Serious?
In fact,
petty crime.
in fact, you cannot even play a game in a public place if it annoys someone else. So you can't even play tag. They'll be like, you know what? Those little crotch goblins over there. I want
Playing
you
tag.
to arrest them all.
They're the Karens.
They're just-
At that point, just sit down.
my
Him sitting down next to me is annoying.
my pet
You're
emu.
breathing in my space.
My pet cassowary was killed in the game of tag. And I swore never to play tag again.
Well, you're not playing it.
Why does he have a pet cassowary?
That is very
That's
true.
the most dangerous bird.
Oh, isn't it that one thing that
Yes.
Oh.
So yeah, listed as part of Summary Offenses Act.
Of course.
In 1966, the Aussies probably wouldn't mind if you do decide to fly a kite while you visit. Okay, so it's just like random people just being like, it's just random old people probably just being like, oh, kids having fun, my soul wakeness.
They don't want to see anybody having fun.
You know what? One more.
All right.
One more. It's illegal to dance in the dark after midnight in Japan.
Does it bring some sort of bad omen or something?
Probably.
Japan was like the country version of the movie Footloose. Never seen it. Dancing after midnight.
I've heard it was good.
Yeah, that's
Footloose
what
is good.
that's what every person says with every freaking classic movie, George. All right.
You still gotta watch Forrest Gump.
Never.
Forrest Gump is fire.
Never.
You've never watched it?
You've never watched it?
No. And the more people recommend it
Yeah,
to me,
y'all should know this about
the
him.
more people recommend something to me, the least I'm going to watch it just to spite you. You don't.
Why?
I don't even hate you. I just like to spite people. I just like making people angry. I like ruining people's day. All right.
You know what?
He watches Forrest Gump.
1,000 subs. Better yet, since we're
like-
not there, let's make this realistic. 500 subs.
500.
He's watching Forrest Gump.
We'll force him.
You're gonna have to fight me first.
I will, and you know I will.
Prepare your weapons.
No. What Zorro say? He was like, sharpen your weapons.
Sharpen your weapons. I just bring like a bunch of medieval weapons and,
And
I
we're
just
and,
toss them.
no. You have to give us the freaking armor, and then we'll
you
go to
just bring,
London.
like, some-
Let me make this a fair fight.
You bring like this otherworldly gauntlet. You bring like this gauntlet. You forced me to use my power.
You just need
Put
to
it
put
on.
the gauntlet on.
It's just like reality warps around you.
Oh, this is
Remember
getting
when
interesting.
Thanos was like talking to the freaking Star-Lord? He was like, I like you.
you.
And just disappeared.
That's so unironically funny.
To be on, if you get a comment from Thanos like that, I'd take
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
I would take. I'll be
What's
like,
the next
hey,
barbecue?
Hey, I'll be like, hey, yo, do what you want, man.
I'm not
We
gonna
cool.
lie, I joined Thanos. He seemed cool.
To be honest, he has a point.
He seemed cool. Anyway, Dancing After Midnight was banned for generations as it is just too sinful, apparently. Well, it was
I thought
really...
They were an atheist.
Well,
No.
no.
Japan?
No.
They're like very religious there.
I did not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really think they were too religious.
In fact, there's like a lot of Christians there, actually.
That's
Yeah.
surprising. Cause
That
I
is
heard
very
I heard it was an
surprising.
atheist country.
Now in
I think maybe
China.
China.
Now in China.
Yeah, in
if
China.
If you don't.
Don't they believe in Buddha or something?
Yeah, if you don't worship Buddha, if you don't worship Buddha, you're gonna go meet the man. Like, you're gonna die.
That's crazy.
Well, it was really just too American. Enacted in 1948, while U.S. soldiers occupied Japan, the ban was placed to stop liberal Americans from corrupting the good citizens of Japan. Japan finally lifted the ban in... Wait, I think they got the year wrong, because that says 2105.
Look at it.
It says 2105.
Wait, let me see.
Japan finally lifted the ban at
They're talking about the
2105.
future.
So in 2105,
You know what?
the ban will go away.
This was written in 2706. You can dance after midnight as long as it's not in the dark. Revelers wanting to get their groove on after the clock strikes 12.
I love the
After
fact.
the clock strikes 12, need to do it in well-lit nightclubs.
I love the fact that they were like, the Americans are gonna ruin us by doing this. It's too sinful.
Right.
That's hilarious. So, well, that's some.
So-
We need a part 2.
Yeah, and if you guys want a part 2, comment down below.
Part 2.
DeAndre for presidency in
2024.
2024. You know what? No, in 2104.
Yeah, we're the
2104.
future.
Dude, you're gonna be like 100 and... I don't know. You're gonna be like 100... Okay, so you...
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
at like 100, yeah.
Oh.
Like
Yeah, you would
103.
be
103.
103.
Yeah.
You did the math fast. That's
Because I'm born in 2001. It's not that hard.
See, that's another reason why you should vote.
Exactly. I know my mouths. MAFFS. Goodbye.